Hello, welcome to our channel. My name is Carla.
And my name is Zach.
And this is our first video, so we're really excited. We've been talking
Very.
about this for a while now, but we haven't had the time to really be able to make any videos because
Not at all.
I just gave birth like 4 months ago, and if you're a parent and you know anything about this season, it's tough.
Well, the first 3 months, 6 months, and 9 months, you just feel like you're just going to war every day.
Yeah. I like to tell my husband, I'm like, it feels like this is harder than the Olympics, honestly. That's what it feels like.
Honestly.
But anyways, we are filming our little love story video today.
That's how we first met.
Yeah, and we're so excited about it because we love to see the hand of God all throughout our life, but this part of our lives is just so special because there's nothing like a love story. There's nothing like what God puts together, no man can break apart. So it all really started when I was being really nosy. I mean, I was in high school. I was super duper active on Instagram. Like, I didn't have a life. I didn't have anything else to do, I guess. And so one of the people that I did cheerleading with, he had commented under her picture, and he was private. So, when an account is private, you can't see their stuff. And so me being the nosy person that I was, because I'm no longer like that. I don't think I am. I hope not. So me being who I was, I just was like, curiosity always kills a cat. So
I got the follow.
I requested it, and then he accepted it. And I totally forgot. You know how when you're in high school and you request to follow people, you kind of forget, like, especially if you're being...
Forgot about him?
Well, no, like, I just kind of, like, forgot because, I had a lot going on. Anyways, so I kind of just, like, forgot about it, and then one day he followed me back and accepted the request, and I was like, oh, this is the guy. And I don't even remember what exactly it was that he commented on that picture. All I know is that it was enough for me to be curious to see who he was, right? And if you know anything about living in a small town,
Everybody knows everybody.
Yeah, everyone knows everyone, but I didn't know who he was. And I'm like, I don't understand. There's only 2 high schools here. How do I not know who this is? I ended up being a creep and looking all through his profile. And then
She fell madly in love.
No, and then I
she fell madly in love.
unfollowed him.
Oh,
I unfollowed him because I was like, I have no idea who he is. He doesn't go to my school, and honestly,
I messaged you.
Yeah, he messaged me, but I just unfollowed him, and I just kind of left it at that, honestly, because I was a bit embarrassed. Like, I just followed this dude.
I remember where I was, though, when you followed me.
Oh my goodness.
I was in Greensboro. In a basketball tournament.
Well, anyway, but I didn't reply because I didn't see a point in replying, because I was like, I don't know who he is, and at this point I just look like a creep because I followed him and then I unfollowed him, and so I just kind of left it alone, and weeks went by, honestly.
Yeah, some time went by.
Yeah, like weeks went by. I just didn't reply, I guess, because I had so much going on in my life. And then one day, kid you not, this is literally what happened. I'm in my room. I'm like, what, 15 at the time?
I was 16, 17,
Yeah.
17.
So I'm in my room and I'm just bored, and then I just hear this loud bang outside. That's the closest that I can remember, like, how to describe that noise. Is it was just like a loud bang, like a loud noise.
What she saw was, or heard, was me bench pressing all this weight.
Yeah.
So my trainer was her next door neighbor. It was crazy because for like a year, my trainer lived right across the street from her. I would go there every morning to work out, and I never knew. I never ever knew who lived across the street. I never knew that one day
He was creeping on me, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, we were just both some creeps.
They were both creeps, but no, I never knew that. My future wife was living across the street, and I was working out a whole year We might even cross paths, but what she heard that day was, me working out.
I don't even think he was working out. I think he was like taking the trash out or something. I don't know.
She looked outside and she said,
"Whoa."
No.
I don't know what it was, but I ended up looking outside and I was like, oh my goodness, you gotta be kidding me. This is the boy from Instagram. And so I run down the stairs and I go to my sister. It's Siri. So Siri, if you're watching this, hello. Thank you. She was dating this guy at the time, and so I'm like, hey, like, this is the guy. I think this is the guy from across the street. So I ended up DMing him, like, and I was like, hey, I think I see you. And then the guy that my sister was dating at the time, he was literally like, I know him. I go to school with him. And so I'm like, and by the way, their school that they went to was a private school and I went to public school, so that's why I didn't know who he was. Yeah. And so he just started hyping him up. He was like, oh, like, he's a nice guy, he plays basketball, blah, 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 blah. And by this point, he was already asking me on a date, I think, like through the DMs. So, yeah. And so I was like, oh my goodness, like he's asking me on a date, like should I go? And then what happened? Oh yeah, and then because of the guy that my sister was dating at the time, he literally influenced me. He was like, yeah, you need to go. And she was hyping it up too. And at this point, I was going through a little heartbreak. I was like, what can I lose? What can a girl lose?
I was a rebound.
No. No. No, I was just, it was one of those little, heartbreaks you go through in high school. It's like not anything serious. And so, yeah, so that's really how it started. And then we ended up going on a date.
To Applebee's.
Yeah. And I remember that day specifically, it was raining. And I have always been so dramatic about my hair because,
She came outside with a blue grocery bag over top of her head on our first date, and I was like, I'm gonna marry this woman.
No, you will not say that. No, like if you're a girl and you have any type of texture in your hair, you know what I'm talking about. Like this humidity does not like us for some reason, does not like our hair. And so anytime I do my hair like this or like with an iron or anything, like it just puffs up if I am anywhere humid. I guess I didn't have an umbrella, I don't know. But yeah, he picked me up in his grandma's car because he was too embarrassed.
It was the Mini Cooper stick shift 6P turbo. I don't want to hear it. The blue Mini Cooper. I was not about to pull up with which is nothing wrong. But
yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
I was not about to pull up in my 2001 burgundy, almost broken down, raggedy, bullet looking.
And there's nothing wrong with that because I later found out that car he picked me up in was not his car. And I mean.
You didn't even see my car until a couple of weeks, huh?
Yeah. But
I had to solidify it.
We went on the date and we literally sat there for hours.
Like, a long time.
Oh, did we sit there for hours? It felt like hours.
Yeah,
it felt like we were there for forever, honestly. Like, I don't even know if I even ate my food, like, honestly, because we were just talking so much.
It also felt like I was talking to somebody I already knew.
Yeah, that's kind of how,
literally what it felt like. I was like, I know this person already.
Yeah.
We just started hanging out every single
and mind you, this is during a time in my life where I was not even allowed to date. Like, my dad was...
I didn't know who her father was till, 9 months later. No, I think actually 9 months later. Her dad got home at 9 o'clock every night, so I had to be out by 8:30.
Yeah, because my dad, he's pretty tough dude, just saying. And so, yeah, he didn't get to meet my dad at first, but we really did... it just, clicked. And I guess, one of the reasons why we really wanted to share this is because when God is the one who orchestrates all of this love, when he's the one who writes your love story, it's not anything you have to go out here deep diving and searching for. Yeah. It's something that's just gonna flow. It's gonna be... It might be the FedEx guy. It might be the lady at Food Lion. You just
the
never...
guy working across the street.
Exactly. And so it's honestly such an encouragement, to know that you don't have to. Whether you're single or trying to figure out if that person is the one, when God writes your love story, it's not gonna be forced. It's just gonna flow.
When we met, like, I don't know what sound I made outside, but just making whatever sound I made and you looked outside, you know what I mean, in God's providence. You know, it's just all this, like, the little details. Like, the Lord, He's so intentional. His will be done, and I'm so grateful that His will was done and how we met. You know, and it's awesome.
Yes. And one thing that we would like to also mention is we were not saved. So we were not Christians when we first met.
This was 2014.
Yeah, it was a while ago.
It's 2024.
I cannot believe that. It's been that long ago.
Decade.
Yeah, but we were not saved, and so even though this sounds like sunshines and rainbow and flowers and all of that, it wasn't always like that. Like, yes, how we met was beautiful and it was wonderful, but just because God is the one who orchestrated it doesn't mean He didn't allow certain things to happen in the in-between. And honestly, we weren't saved, so we would like to make a video on kind of like the in-between from the point, you know, that we met to our dating area and how we got into where we are now, which is, you know, married with 2 kids.
So going forward, we really want to create this channel because there's a lot of things that we wish somebody would have told us when we were going through our hard times, through our toxic phases, to our happy highs, you know, the valleys, you know, and the mountaintops. It all, you know, there was so much information that we needed, and we both come from broken homes. And so there's just a lot of things that we went through that we think that can help somebody else, you know, and could be a blessing for you and for your wife, you know, or, you know, your fiance, or the one you may be thinking about proposing to. You know, it's just, we want to be a blessing for you.
So going forward, we really want to make a video on our hardships, our trials that we had to go through, because we felt like it would be unfair to kind of tag it onto this video, because it was just so like cutesy and rainbowy, and you know, the in-between of that was pretty dark. It was honestly like,
we have some highlights, but there's definitely some shadows.
Yeah, and so we really want to make a separate video on that, and not to scare anyone from commitment or, you know, anything, but more so to encourage the people who are in that turmoil in their relationship, or haven't gone through turmoil yet and don't know what it looks like to get through those dark times. We are really excited, honestly, because God has done so much in our relationship. He has done so much in our hearts as individuals, and honestly, I have grown to love Him so much more.
I was telling you the other night, I never knew I could love somebody this much.
Oh, I love you.
I love you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we hope you come back for the next one.
Alright, so we'll see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe and comment.
Like and share.
Yes.